Welcome to Tuber Chat. If you are on your way towards 1,000, 2,000, or even 10,000 subscribers, then you've come to the right place. We're going to introduce you to some of the most influential content creators that can help to get your channel moving beyond your first 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. The very first channel that we're looking at today is Crocheting with Leanne. We featured this channel once before, but we're putting them up again today for a very special reason, because after today's episode of Tuber Chat in 2.5 hours, we will go over to Crocheting with Leanne's channel. She's been doing a lot of interviews lately and started an interview series, and I'll be joining her on her channel for an interview. Usually I find the interviews turn into just discussions. Crocheting with Leanne and I have had a rapport for a little while now, so we're familiar enough that I'm sure it's just going to be a friendly conversation. I don't know what she has planned, to be honest with you, and we usually end up getting into a lot of YouTube talks whenever I'm on a panel, so it'll be interesting. And then hopefully everybody will join us for that. We will go and raid after, but like I said, that's about 2.5 hours from now. So we've got a long way to go, lots of opportunity to put lots of channels on the screen. Our dear friend Happy Lux is in the house as a moderator. You can see his check mark. He has recently passed 100,000 subscribers. He's been a dear friend since before Tuber Chat even started and has been a great help all the way along. So hopefully everybody will connect with him. He also allows people to connect in his grow streams on his channel as well. I've got a few names on the wheel right now. We're going to talk about Crocheting with Leanne's content in a second. I see that the Bud Files is here. I've already got a couple names on the wheel. The Yes Channel and the Bullock Experience, who's actually been interviewed by Crocheting with Leanne not too long ago, is here as well. They're both members. We always put members onto the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. And some of the most supportive creators that I've met in my last 5 years on YouTube are here as beloved and dedicated moderators at Scratch and PPA and Michael's Adventures, as well as I see the Stock Explorers in the house as a moderator and a member. And like I said, we always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. Our moderators get that too. And then Home Bartending with John is in the house. And I Am Betty J Gathers is here. I'll do some more introductions in a moment. For anybody that's brand new to Tuber Chat, hopefully you're feeling welcome here. We have a lot of dynamic creators that will come through the chat today. Everybody is willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one, and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. Pardon me. And then I see, actually, it looks like we might have a couple of brand new channels in the chat. I just put Woman Outdoors on the wheel as well. TWTTV is in the house. They are longtime friends of Tuber Chat with a couple of channels. The Chicken's here. And then Fabian is the name, I think, is brand new. So thank you for being here. Davis314 family. I feel like I recognize that name, but I could be mistaken. Forgive me if I'm correct that it might be your first time here with Tuber Chat, or if it's just been a long time. But it's great to have you here. Fanatic Guide is a longtime dear friend, somebody who has recently crossed 3,000 subscribers. If I'm right, we're going to look at his channel shortly. He's got another milestone coming up as well. Hyper Blitz is here with us just about every day. Jan Hines is in the house with a couple of channels. Mr. Timmy Ray the King, good to see you here. It looks like they've got another channel reset and restarted, so that's okay. We'll be happy to help them with that. Joyful Julie's in the house, and Mr. Fulton Mraz has been a friend for over 2.5 years. Yaya's Best Life is here as well. Thank you all for coming in so early. And like I said, we've got a long afternoon with lots of opportunity to meet lots of friends and family members. We're going to get to as many channels as we can on the screen in the next 2.5 hours. And then we will head over to Crocheting with Leanne's channel for what we're calling an interview, but I'm sure is going to be a friendly discussion between the two of us. She's been doing a lot of those lately. Pardon me while I switched my webcam right before we started, and obviously I haven't got my settings as well as I can. So We got a bit of glitching going on there, but that's okay. Hopefully everybody's doing okay in the chat. If anybody would like to swap playlists with each other for the purpose of gaining watch hours, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually. Of course, the gaming ham is in the house. They're working right now, but I do appreciate every moment everybody can spend, even if you're just coming by quickly to give that thumbs up, or even if you're letting the stream run in the background. I appreciate that as well. I know I've missed a couple things in the chat. Thank you, Fanatic Guide. He is always pushing for us to get those thumbs up. We don't hit 100 every day, but we do most days, and I do appreciate that. Fanatic Guide always helps with that. Not to mention, he's been a dear friend and an advocate for helping others grow, and does a lot of help pushing Superchat out there, and I appreciate that as well. When we talk about crocheting with Leanne, the channel on the screen right now, this is our featured channel of the day, and we feature a different channel every single day based on impact and generosity that I have seen within our community and outside. We do that across all of our social networks, including Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, as well as Reddit, and on the thumbnails of our videos, as you have seen, so that you have the opportunity to meet hundreds of loyal and dedicated supporters for your channel, even when we're not live streaming. When we look at Crocheting with Leanne's channel, we see that she is bringing us all three types of content, with shorts, videos, and a lot of live streams. She does shout out videos, she does interviews like we're talking about, sometimes it's a channel update, and then as well, a lot of crochet. When she does get into crochet, you can see on her about page, she gets into scarves, shawls, blankets, ponchos, graphgans, and more. And she writes patterns for other people to be able to take inspiration from her creations and create something of their own as well, which I think is a great thing, and that's something that's common in the crocheting and fabric arts types of channels. So I hope everybody will connect with her if you haven't already. She's already climbing fast and doing great with almost 2,400 subscribers. She's fully monetized with super chats and memberships available on her channel, and lots of ways to support her when we get there. So I hope everybody will come over in 2.5 hours as well. You can connect with her now if you'd like to. And then I saw that she's got a time limit set similar to what we do here on the live stream for today. You'll have to be subscribed for 10 minutes before coming into the chat. So if you want to connect with her early, that'll be great, and we will likely be taking a lot of conversation or questions from the chat as well. Puppet Short Films, good to see you here. Thank you for coming in. That's another channel that brings fun everywhere that they go. I'm just going to spin the wheel. We'll get next channel on the screen. And like I said, we actually featured Crocheting with Leanne not too long ago, but we're featuring her again today just because she's got such a special live stream planned. I'm very excited about it. It's going to be the first interview I've done in a very long time. My work schedule doesn't allow me to do very many panels over the last many months, but I'm hoping that opens up, and hoping to do a lot of them over the next 4 or 5 months. So Scratch and PPA is up right now. This is a beloved and dedicated moderator here. He is one of the most supportive creators that I've met in my 5.5 years on YouTube. Relaxing Stream Sound, good to see you here. Thank you for coming in. When we look at Scratch and PPA's channel, he's got a very special series of videos that make up the Scratch Challenge. And what he does is pit 2 lottery scratch tickets against each other. And if you follow him on Instagram, Twitter, and or Facebook, you get the opportunity to vote on the content of next week's video, and it sets his series apart, makes it unique and a lot of fun to be a part of. We're on week number 42, and what you're going to find that is also a really interesting part of Scratch and PPA's videos and what he does on his channel is that if you can join us for one of these premieres, they happen every Tuesday at 12:15 Eastern, you will find one of the fastest rolling chats that you've seen in the Superchat family. Faster than Superchat itself, faster than most others. He rivals those of Hilda DC, Garden State Gardener, or VS Speaks Royally. It's very fast-paced, very high energy, and a lot of fun to be a part of. So I hope you can join us. There are a lot of us who have alarms on our phones, and we text each other to make sure everybody's not missing Scratch and PPA's premieres. So it's that important, and you will be able to meet more friends and family members when you're over there. Now, every moderator here in Superchat is a dear friend of mine. They have been for a long time. They're dear friends of each other, but they have one overwhelming thing in common, and that is a sense of generosity and the idea of helping others, giving much more than they expect to receive. So hopefully everybody will enjoy connecting to Scratch and PPA if you haven't already. He is also on his way towards 1,400 subscribers. Samantha's Lifestyle. Mantha, good to see you back again. Free Your Bladder, it's good to see you here. And hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everybody. I'm not sure when Happy Lux is expecting to do his next growth stream. I wonder if he might do one today. He's had wild success with reaction videos, but he's been a gaming streamer for years and years and years and years and years on YouTube. I forget how long he's been here. It's longer than 10 years though. And like I keep saying, Happy Lux is now over 100,000 subscribers. You can see the check mark beside his name there, but he's been a dear friend for a long time, and he runs other live streams similar to what we do here in Superchat, which are growth streams. So actually, I'm going to add him onto the wheel in a second here because he happens to be a moderator, and like I said, he's been a dear friend since the beginning. Hopefully everybody will enjoy connecting to Scratch and PPA. He is literally seeming to be everywhere all the time, supporting others. And I think that is the biggest reason why he gets so much support coming back to him during his 15 to 20 minute window on his Scratch Challenge premieres. See, much longer than I'm talking about. Happy Lux been on since 2007, 15 years on YouTube. And he likes to help other people and share. And I'm sure your streams are going to pick up again. That's the problem. So one of the things I talk about here on Superchat all the time is if you put out one quality piece of content per week, meaning videos really, but if you do, that's enough to make anybody's channel grow organically from the beginning, right? Let's say, you know, small channels, if we want to call them that, or when we're just beginning, when we have less than 10,000, let's just say, right? And what I have found in both my own channels and others that I run for other people is that when we take a week off or miss a week, it takes a month to get the momentum back again. Now, Happy Lux was doing growth streams before Superchat even existed. He is inspirational in the creation of what we do here. He's now getting back into doing live streams, and I'm sure that before too long, they're going to have just as many people as Superchat or more. And then Late for Work, thank you so much for a super chat. I really do appreciate that. They've done that before. I'm going to get their channel up next on the screen for that reason. We always put super chatters on the screen right away. Members get added to the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. There's mine forked. And they happen to be a member. I've got them on the wheel. And let's talk about Michael's Adventures. So this is another creator who is a beloved and dedicated moderator here in Superchat. He is a shining jewel in our family, to say the least. Is the music loud again? It shouldn't be too bad. It could just be a loud song. I'll leave it to the mods to let me know if the music needs to be changed. It shouldn't. I never change that setting, so it shouldn't be bad. Usually what happens is the microphone is not loud enough, but everything should be okay today, but we'll see. And then when we look at Michael's Adventures, so like I said, this creator is a shining jewel in the Superchat family. He is somebody who does so much more for other people than he ever expects to receive. How am I saying that? He does so much more for others than he expects to receive. It is overwhelming, his sense of generosity. And that is both on and off of YouTube. I've known Michael's Adventures for a long time now. Like I said, every moderator here is a dear friend of mine. When we look at Michael's Adventures content, yesterday we actually saw a premiere from him right after Superchat, and he's done that for us many times. He brings a lot of wildlife onto his channel. He literally has thousands of videos, but he also does a little bit more variety. I've seen him play slot games. I've seen him play lottery scratch tickets, much like Scratch and PPA. I have seen him, we have seen him many times take us for adventures, usually a walk and a story to be told. Those can be anywhere around his area, or he often will visit a cemetery or graveyard, for instance. So there's a lot of different variety on this channel. The thing about Michael's Adventures is he's got it opened up. He can basically put up any kind of variety that he'd like, right? So we're looking forward to seeing what more he'll come up with. But like I said, thousands of videos. Now he's working on watch hours. So again, I know I mentioned it already, but if anybody in the house is willing to swap playlists for the purpose of gaining watch hours, please just simply say I am willing to swap playlists in the chat. Other creators should reach out to you. If you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. And then when we talk about Michael's Adventures, again, like I said, just this is a very generous creator that's willing to help others, always does more than he expects in return. But he's been a dear friend for a long time. He also, you know, he's here every day that he can be. Most of our moderators are, but he always makes sure to remind me to let everybody know that he's thinking about us on the rare occasion that he can't be here just due to a work schedule. Gamba's Gallery, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in for the first time. Hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody's willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat. If you take your time, meet people one by one, follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. We see that Gamba's Gallery, the brand new channel coming in, is from Michigan. That's only about 4 or 5 hours away from where I am in southern Ontario, Canada, close to Niagara Falls. What am I thinking of here? Next up is going to be Late for Work. This creator dropped a super chat on us, so we put that channel up on the screen right away, and we'll get back to spinning the wheel in a moment. And as a matter of fact, what you'll notice is that Late for Work has taken over our Stream Boss position. That's the video game life meter under my camera there. And every super chat and membership knocks a little bit of life off of the Stream Boss until the last person to knock them out becomes the next Stream Boss and gets some extra exposure for a while. Like Late for Work has done that before, so we're happy to have them up again. And it's been a little while. I know I'm behind with your channel, but what I'm going to do is take your 26-minute video from the other day. I'm going to put this in my catch-up list. That will help me catch up a little bit, make sure I don't fall any farther behind. And then when we look at this channel, we see they've crossed their 1,000 subscribers, which is great news. And they're fully monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. Their channel is about positive entertainment, comedy, and informative reviews with different perspectives that we may not have already heard. So hopefully everybody will enjoy that. And it's an interactive channel because they're talking about, they'll take suggested challenges, reviews, or topics and throw a twist into those as well. And then hopefully everybody will enjoy connecting with Late for Work. It's great to have you back in the chat, so thank you very much. Thank you for that super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. For that reason, we put that channel up right away, but I'm going to get back to spinning the wheel now. So we'll see who's coming up next. Now, hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. I certainly don't mean to. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everyone. And now we'll get another look at Happy Lux. We haven't had this channel on the screen in a while, but I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. Happy Lux, there's that check mark. I have my jealousy too, I promise you. I can't wait for the day. I do wish and expect to eventually have a check mark of my own, over 100,000 on some channel somewhere. Probably won't be Tuber Chat, but it'll be something else, I'm sure. Woman Outdoors, thank you very much for that super chat. I actually had an instant coffee today, if you could believe it, to wake up with. I'm trying to avoid the monsters. But thank you for that. Woman Outdoors has done that many times. She comes to us from Pennsylvania and just dropped a super chat on us. So we're going to put that channel up next. and then we'll get back to spinning the wheel afterwards. So yeah, Happy Lux has his play button. The photo would probably be too far back in the community tab for me to be able to find now, because he did this like a month ago or 2 months ago. But Happy Lux did a wonderful favor for us where he has his silver play button, absolutely, and then he took a photo with the Superchat channel in the background, which I thought was great. So I'm going to take inspiration from him, and one of these days when I do have one, I'm going to do a lot of favors for people and take those pictures, because I know that people will probably appreciate that. But Happy Lux has been a kind-hearted creator for a long time. I met them probably over 3 years ago, actually, in another growth stream, actually, for those of you who remember Melda and Amra. And immediately we kind of connected as friends. And Happy Lux was interesting with his perspective, because when I said, hey, I want to do another channel like what you're doing, he didn't say, you know, don't copy me, don't do what I'm doing, there's too many, go do something else, or anything like that. It was the opposite. He said, I'll help you build it, which he did. And what you'll notice is actually we've taken inspiration from him. The Stream Avatars game that runs on the copyright-free music channel came from Happy Lux. Like, he was the one who introduced me to that in his growth streams as well. And this creator, I just want to put a focus on how generous this creator is, and even to this day. But when it had started and my friendship with him, you know, I would message him on Facebook, for instance, hey, what's happening? When are you going live? And he would say back to me, well, you tell me when you want me to go live, when it's convenient for you, and I'll do a stream so that you can help build up. And that's, I just think, overwhelming when it comes to generosity. And thank goodness for creators like this that are willing to help others in that way and go over and above. That's the kind of support you can expect back from Happy Lux. As you can see, he's already gained another 9,000 subscribers ever since passing 100. So he's just on a roll, and hopefully everybody will enjoy connecting with him. Like I said, I've known him a long time. 70,000 watch hours a month. I'll bet there's people in the chat like literally just shaking right now thinking about numbers like that. But the idea is that I think anybody that really wants to can have a channel this size if you work at it and are willing to spend years. So the truth of the matter is, what I usually say is anybody can have a channel of 10,000 if they want to, and I truly believe that. Almost everybody literally can have 10,000. 100 only becomes questionable because it can take years, and we don't know how, you know, what the world is going to look like 2 or 3 years from now, let alone longer, right? What YouTube's going to do, how they're going to change, and things like that. But I think that, you know, the 1% that want to get to the 100,000 or more, and it could be more than that. I'm not 1% is not a real number. I'm just coming up with that. But, you know, if you want to be one of the creators that has a channel of that size and the income that comes along with it, if that's what we're after, and all the other benefits, then I think you can. You know, you just have to pay attention to your analytics more than anything else, so that you can start to recognize patterns. And after a little while, when your channel does start to move a little bit faster, you'll be able to ride the wave up. Happy Lux has done a fantastic job of that, and he's happy to share the story. As a matter of fact, we've talked about getting together on a live stream as well, possibly on his channel sometime soon, so we'll look into that. But hopefully everybody will enjoy connecting with him. He's got a lot of reaction videos on the channel. He also has done gaming for a long time. I'm going to show you his second channel, Happy Jur. He just happens to be from Germany and Luxembourg, right? So this creator has got a second channel now where they're doing more gaming, but he also has been doing the growth streams that I talk about, and is getting back into doing a lot of those. So I hope everybody will connect with him if you haven't already. It's always a good idea to have some really influential creators, you know, channels of this size, I think, in your repertoire when you're following and watching what everybody's doing. You know, I'm going to say of any channel over even 3,000 that there's much to be learned from them, as well as entertained and inspired by, and Happy Lux is no exception. And like I said, a generous creator who enjoys enjoys helping others. He's been a dear friend for a very long time. So next up is Woman Outdoors, and hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. Michael the Realist is here. It's good to see you in the house. And Annabelle TV, I did see you come in. Baron is here. I put you both on the wheel. Baron, I got to get your... We'll see if Baron is able to hang out for a while. He usually comes by quickly. We missed his channel yesterday. And then when we look at Woman Outdoors, we see that this creator comes to us from Pennsylvania. Now, she's another extremely generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. The super chat she dropped on us there was talking about Tim Hortons, making sure that I go and get a coffee. I haven't got a Tim Hortons cup in front of me right now, but I will go get one. So thank you for that, Woman Outdoors. And Tim Hortons is just in Canada and in the northern United States, a big coffee and donut coffee shop kind of thing, similar to Dunkin' Donuts. That's the best example I can put. Competitor for Starbucks in a roundabout sort of way. And then when we look at her content, though, we see all outdoor type of activities. So anything from camping to cooking to fishing to bushcraft activities, knife collecting. So an informative channel, to say the least. And what I found most compelling about this channel when we featured it a few months ago was the fact that Woman Outdoors happens to be in Pennsylvania, which is probably only 8 or 9 hours away from where I am. I know it seems like a long way, but not too far at all. I've spent a lot of time in Pennsylvania. And they get to show us all 4 seasons. So we get to see the extreme heat, the extreme cold, we get to see snow, rain, sun, and everything in between while experiencing through Woman Outdoors' eyes, these different outdoor activities. So I think there's a lot to learn here from this creator, but she's been an incredibly supportive friend for a long time, and she's somebody who's also out supporting other creators. When I bounce in between premieres and live streams as much as I can, I run into them regularly. The Bullock experience, yeah, I got you on the wheel a long time ago. Scarlet Andy's in the house. Good to see you here. Thank you for coming in. Puppet short films, the audience retention on that channel is over 100%. I wouldn't doubt it. I'll bet, you know what, to be honest with you, I'll bet you that Puppet Short Films probably gets a bit of replay. So if you look in your analytics, YouTube will show you where people are rewatching parts of your video. They put this new graph on every video that kind of goes up and down, and it's going to show you the parts of your videos that people go back, and it could be something like, wait a second, what did they just say? Or if you're doing a tutorial video or something, they want to, you know, just hear a repeat of what you said. But Puppet Short Films is pure comedy, so I'll bet that he gets a bit of replay over there for that reason. And then, thank you, Fanatic Guide. Yes, if anybody hasn't already given us a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to do it, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. The Yes channel is coming up right now. This is one of our brand newest members, as a matter of fact. We always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. And thank you one more time, Woman Outdoors, for your super chat. I will be going to get a coffee at some point this afternoon. And there it is. I keep forgetting the Yes channel changed their avatar. So the Yes channel is a popular name, but a brand new channel. So they struggle with the search results right now. This is one of the reasons that we don't do a lot of link drops in Superchat, is because when we search, find, and click on each other's names, we're actually doing a great service for each other. Over time, we will rise up the search results, and YouTube will do a better job of predicting when we're looking for this particular the Yes channel. So hopefully everybody will connect with them. Just please make sure you're matching that avatar. They've got 30 subscribers right now. We know the race to the first 100 is more challenging than ever, but we just want to encourage this creator, and as long as everybody's doing as much as we can for each other, we see channels growing, hitting different milestones, passing that first 100 and far beyond all the time. Mentoria Moments, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Inspiring Section channel, good to see you here. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody. As long as everybody still active in the chat, we should get to everybody. Reese from Philly, the Red Dragon, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And for anybody that's brand new, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. Yeah, I've been fighting with the green screen because I keep switching webcams, and I've been fighting with this thing for I don't know how long. I'll try knocking it down a little bit. See if that's gonna do anything for us, if it's gonna cause a disaster. Yeah, it's something I've got going on with my webcam here. I haven't got it set the way it usually is. I don't know what the problem is. I'll have to sort it out before we get on to Leanne's stream later. I've got this beautiful green screen. I'll just show you, right? So it's portable, and it's on a stand behind me. And I love this thing. As you can see, I've used it over 480 times, right? Let me see if I can move my camera a little bit closer, and maybe that will help a little bit. And then we'll get spinning the wheel and talk about the next channel. Pardon me. Oh, lover, where'd you go? Kristen's distracting me in the background here. Let me spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up here. Oh, and then the background image that I have, if anybody wanted to know, that's the Toronto skyline. So I live closer to Niagara Falls now, which is actually about an hour and a half away from there. But I was born, grew up, and continue to work in Toronto at times. Woman Outdoors, we just looked at. I forgot to take them off the wheel. We're going to get another channel up here in a second. Life with Adrienne XO is a long time, extremely generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. Thank you for coming in. The Gaming Ham we're going to look at for a second. This is a really interesting name for a channel because this particular creator brings us a lot of video gameplay. They play Mass Effect, Marvel's Avengers, and many more. But they also are an advocate for the ham radio community, so they name their channel The Gaming Ham. And then... oh yeah, handles are an important thing. The Gaming Ham is mentioning something. Pardon me, free your bladder. If you ever, for anybody that wants to ask a question or a comment that you want specifically for me to see and not miss, just please try mentioning it with 3 thumbs up or @ mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That helps it highlight in the chat a little bit. I might be able to see it. I certainly do miss a lot of different things, but I'd love to catch them. So the Gaming Ham is talking about handles, right? When we change our channel names, you could change your channel name as often as you want. I would never recommend that, but if you feel the need to change it, that's okay. You just have to understand you might suffer with the search results for a couple of weeks after, while your name propagates through all the YouTube servers across, you know, the entire globe, right? And then handles are important because when you're matching your other social networks like Instagram, Twitter, even Facebook and other places like that, you might use a username with an @ symbol, right? Like what TikTok is so famous for, and Instagram and Twitter. And YouTube's trying to match that, so it gives you the opportunity to have the same handle everywhere. Like for instance here, of course, it's Superchat. Now my name for this channel is way too long, so they would have given me a handle I didn't want. I had to go in and change it. You have to think about that. If you change your name later, you might change your handle. That's okay, but what is also likely going to happen, and this is just a prediction for me, is that with our handles that we're picking right now, people are going to start remembering your handle the same way that they do on the other social networks. Sometimes, more often, they'll recognize the handle or remember the handle easier than the channel name itself. So that's something to consider, because you probably don't want to change that too often, probably even less often than your channel name. But it's just an idea. Not saying I'm right, just something to think about. And then Free Your Bladder asked a question, is it really a disadvantage that creating videos only with background music? So I'm not sure if you mean having background music while you're talking. So if you do use music, my suggestion for everybody is this: if you're not very experienced with making tons of videos that have a lot of background music in them, then the idea is to set the music to a level that you think you would sounds proper, and then you want to lower it just by like a decibel or 2 or 3, because I find that a lot of creators make the background music too loud. And that might not be what Free Your Bladder's talking about right now. They might be talking about the idea of making videos that are only, you know, background music, like a lot of creators do. Like, they call them silent live streams. They don't have to be silent. They just mean that they're putting up something that's going to go on for hours. It's really just music. So you have to make the right decision for your own channel, but I never want to recommend that. If it is suitable to make a video that only consists of music and maybe pleasing visuals that people can watch, that doesn't have, you know, a creator talking about anything, it's not a tutorial. A lot of relaxing content channels do that, then that's okay. You know, anything's okay. You have to make the right decision for your own channel. But what I would think about is ask a couple of creators who have videos that are like what you're describing, what they think about it and how it's benefiting them. And if you want to, you can reach out to me on another social network, point out to me a couple videos that you're talking about, and then I can give you a better answer than that. But hopefully that's the smallest bit helpful. Fat Ninja DM, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Life with Adrian XO, like I said, has been a dear friend for a very long time. So it's good to see you in the chat. I know I'll be behind with you, but hopefully we'll get a look at your channel soon enough. Annabelle TV is here. This is another creator that brings fun everywhere they go, and a bit of comedy comes with that. And then, yes, Fanatic Guide. If you have a custom URL, that's your handle, at least to start with, and then you get the opportunity to change them. What I recommend for everybody is, as soon as you have the handle feature unlocked, which should be coming in literally days if you don't already have it, days or weeks, then you want to get in there right away, put some thought into what you want for a handle, be sure, and then grab it as fast as you can so that somebody else doesn't grab it. The reason why I say that is because, like in the case of Superchat, for instance, right? YouTube wanted to give us the handle Superchat Connect Grow, but that's just awful, in my opinion, right? Because everywhere else on the internet, it's just Superchat. That's how we talk about it. That's the name I want everybody to recognize and things like that. So I had to get in there and change it. One of the reasons why is because maliciously a troll could get in and grab your name before you get a chance to have it. Once it's gone, right? The other thing is, in the case of some creators that have very popular names, my personal name is Kevin K, right? Some of you know that already. Some of you are learning it now for the first time, but it's a very popular name. So there are other YouTubers out there that have the same exact name that I do. YouTube might have suggested them to them a handle. And for instance, when I went in with my personal channel to see if I had the handle feature, sure enough, I was lucky enough to have it, but there was no handle there at all. YouTube didn't even suggest one. So I had to hurry up and grab it. Luckily I did. I was the first one of the people with my name to go get it. But because we're here in the Superchat family, this is what we talk about all the time, is how beneficial some of this stuff is. So my recommendation to everybody is check if you've got it. If you do, go get your handle, please. Thank you, Happy Lux, my dear friend. And then let us know if you're going live today, if you're planning on going live. I'm going right after this into Crocheting with Leanne's channel. We're going to raid to her, and we might be on for anywhere from an hour to a couple of hours. And but Happy Lux might be on to do another growth stream similar to what we're doing here in TuberChat. VS Speaks Royally is in the house. They happen to be a member. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. I certainly don't mean to. Sure Media Atelier is here. I'm going to get you onto our wheel as well. They happen to be a member. We always put members on the wheel as soon as they get here in the chat and I see them. Johnny Jim's in the house. I bring it every day. Was recently featured on TuberChat actually, so it's great to see you in the house. Another creator that puts a lot of focus on generosity. Mom Knows Treasure MKT, good to see you in the house. How long do I recommend videos to be? is a question in the chat from Mom Knows Treasure MKT. So it's a bit of a loaded question. You'll have to forgive me because you probably get this answer anywhere that anybody talks about this. But the biggest YouTubers that talk about this stuff, like Sean Cannell, Sonny Lenarduzzi, Roberto Blake, Daryl Eves, and these others, we often have the same answer that YouTube gives us themselves. They made a video about this a few months ago, and they said a video should be however long it should be. So if it only takes you 3 minutes to talk about something or to present something, that's how long the video should be. If it takes 20 minutes, then it should be 20 minutes. You don't want to inflate a video by adding a bunch of fluff just to get some length out of it, and you don't want to cut good parts out of a video just to shorten it, right? So you have to make the right decision. I know that's not the answer everybody's looking for. A lot of times you can aim for a mark if you'd like to. So we know that YouTube lets us put ads in the middle of videos if you feel it's appropriate, if they're 8 minutes or longer right now. They lowered that from 10 minutes a few months ago. And so therefore you might aim for 8 minutes. If you've got a video that's 7 minutes, you might feel the instinct to want to extend the video. I don't think that's the most terrible thing in the world. You certainly could. Here's an example. On my personal channel, I often do reviews of vinyl records. So that might sound very odd to everybody, but it's my one guilty pleasure in life. I buy vinyl records occasionally, right? When I review them, it really only takes a couple of minutes to go through each record, but I do multiple in each video. So if I do a video and I'm talking about 3 different records, my video might be 7 minutes long. My intention then is to start reviewing 4 records at a time, just so that those videos cross over 8 minutes, because that doesn't take away from the video in any way at all. If anything, you could argue that it adds because I'm reviewing 4 things instead of 3, but that's an argument, that is kind of pointless and goes nowhere. It's just an idea, because I'm not adding fluff to the video just to make the 8 minutes, but I'm planning in advance to make an 8-minute video. Now, it doesn't make sense to review 15 records and make a half-hour video, because I don't know if anybody would watch that long. If you do have a video that's half an hour long and you're thinking that you want to cut it down, an idea might be simply to chop it into part 1, part 2, and part 3, but you'd have to experiment with that to see if that's a good idea for you. And hopefully this answers somewhat helpful, probably not what you might have been looking for, but I do appreciate the question, of course, because the more things we can discuss like this here in the Tuber Chat live streams, the more we can all add this to what we already know, what we're going to continue to learn, so that we can all make the best decisions for our videos and our channels, myself included. I learn from creators of all sizes every single day. So pardon me, I'm behind in the chat now, but I did want to address that question quickly. Happy DAW Sunday is Danforth Avenue Wellness. It's good to see you here. Facing Reality is in the house. Good to have you here always. She brings positive messages in a fun way, both on her channel and everywhere she goes. And then, forgive me if I've missed anything in the chat. If anybody's mentioned another question or a comment that you meant for me to see that I missed, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or at mention Tuber Chat. Connect and grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. Thank you, Joyful Julie. It's unfortunate that here in Tuber Chat, we're focused on putting channels on the screen. So when I talk about topics, then we only get into bite-sized information and very quick answers. This is why I like doing interviews like what we're going to do with Crocheting with Leanne after, because if somebody had a question, we can talk about it at length over there, right? And in other panels and things like that. But I really do appreciate the ideas, because we can all discuss it in the chat too. Everybody can get involved in this, and I enjoy learning from other creators, like I said, of all sizes. I run a lot of channels, some for myself, some for others, and I certainly try to be transparent about what I have and have not done. I do not have a channel over 100,000 yet. I have not built one yet, but we're working on it, right? And then the idea is I just take the experience that I do have, whether it's from YouTube or social media before that, and then just bring ideas here so that you can hear not necessarily how to do things. I try not to tell anybody what they should or shouldn't do with their channel, more so to bring a perspective and opinion about what is possible and ideas that you can use based on my own experience or things that I've learned, so that you can make the right decisions for yourself, if that makes sense. So we are looking at, and then yeah, Baron, you know how this works. Now, I put your channel on the wheel already, but not on the screen yet. Pardon me. Let me get Baron's channel ready to go, so when I do need it, I've got it. And then again, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. I certainly don't mean to. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everybody. So Annabelle TV has 686 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards the 700 they're thinking about. This creator brings fun, like I had said originally. Everywhere that they go, a bit of comedy comes with that, especially in their content. And what you'll find on this channel more than anything else are mukbang style reviews, challenges. Some of those are collaborations from other channels, and then a lot of other unboxings and some garden updates and some other random content mixed within. So hopefully everybody will enjoy that. Annabelle TV, like I said, brings fun everywhere they go, including here in our chats, and has been an extremely generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter for a long time. One of the things I want to mention for anybody that hasn't been to Tuber Chat too many times yet, even if you've been here before, but you've only been here a little bit, or, you know, few and far between, things like that, or if you're fairly new to what we're doing here, the best success is always found in reaching out to other creators first, supporting them, knowing they'll come back and support you. But for anybody that is new, I just want you to be aware, most of the creators who are very experienced at this and have been with Tuber Chat for a while will not go to a brand new channel that they see in the chat, with good reason. Because they want to see how you interact with everybody else in the chat first. Everybody's watching what everybody else is saying, so that they can make a judgment call as to whether you might be a loyal and dedicated supporter before they will connect. So that's just something to keep in mind. We're very focused on generosity here, the idea of giving to others before we expect to receive. But you know that if you do all the things you wish people would do for your channel, they'll turn around and do the same thing for you. And then, thank you very much, Captain King Ben Thurbin. Good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. I'm wondering if that's a second channel from a creator that we already know. I don't think so. I think that's actually a unique channel. But they've been here before. I'm still getting to know them, but it's good to have you here. And let's get another channel on the screen. Let's spin the wheel. And hopefully everybody will connect with Annabelle TV if you haven't already. All Things Jay, good to see you in the house. Again, hopefully I haven't missed anybody. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everybody. If anybody has the ability to share this stream right now, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a couple more people into Tuber Chat right now, and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm. Pardon me just for a second, and then we're going to talk about Mind Forked. All right, pardon me for that. We're looking at Mind Forked right now. This creator wants to help us have a place on their channel where we can discuss a lot of different things that could be controversial or misunderstood. Let me hit their About page just for a second, see if I can do a better job of talking about this. How do you pronounce this word? Is it ufology? Is that right? Let me ask Mind Forked. And forgive me for not knowing yet. paranormal, and everything around that type of idea, consciousness, ancient civilizations, reincarnation, giants, quantum entanglement, community building, and foppery. So they've got a lot of different things going on their channel, but they really want to kind of provoke thought in our ideas about the unexplained, if that makes sense. So 255 subscribers right now. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards the 300 we know they're thinking about. And then Crime Time, Wine Time was actually featured this weekend. That is Cassie and Molly. Cassie is from Oracles and Beyond. Crime Time, Wine Time is also a member. So I'm going to put them on the wheel right away. We always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. Psychology Noir with Dr. Lund. Good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And sometimes it's hard to find people. Yes, it is, the Bud Files. So what I find is helpful when we're looking for a channel is to use the filters. You can do that on a phone or on a computer. It's usually by hitting the 3 dots, I believe, like beside something. And that will help you let YouTube know that you're looking for a channel as opposed to general search results. If that doesn't work, you can put quotes around somebody's name, like what I'm going to do here. And when we put these, it tells YouTube, because it is a search engine, that we're looking for this exact phrase, even though it's only one word, if that makes sense. And then, hopefully I haven't missed anything in the chat. Let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up here. And Mind Forked recently collaborated. I guess it's getting on a couple of months now, but they actually went over to Rich Cat Ranch and visited, and that was really cool. They've got that video on their channel. I'm just going to grab your latest video, though, because I can see I'm falling behind, and I'll put that in my catch-up list. That will help me to stay caught up with you and make sure I don't fall any farther behind. Crime Time, Wine Time, we looked at as a featured channel this weekend. And today's featured channel is Crocheting with Leanne. We'll be going over there later after Tuber Chat to raid for an interview that I'll do with her. But Crime Time, Wine Time is from a creator that we've known a long, long time. Oracles and Beyond has been with Tuber Chat for what must be getting on 2 years now. And she started with her friend Molly this second channel. Now we know true crime is a huge category in podcasting, and YouTube is now aggressively trying to get a lot of that market to come over. So this is a great time to have started this channel, I think, and we know that there's already an audience that will be very much interested, especially with the fact that you can interact here on YouTube much more than you can with a podcast or anything. So Crime Time, Wine Time has already started live streaming and simulcasting, as a matter of fact. I hope everybody will connect with this channel if they haven't already. Oh, and then thank you, Puppet Short Films. It takes we got a lot of time today though, so we'll see how it goes. But if we get a chance, then I'll put it up. I haven't added channels from the chat list yet. I probably will in the next half hour or so. I know it takes a long time these days, but you know, luckily things are growing, things are moving, and I appreciate that. When we look at Oracles and Beyond, we see the original channel I was just talking about from Cassie. And this is where you're going to find more. I got to see what she's doing lately, though, because she's doing a few different things. I'm going to put this video on my catch-up list as well. Yesterday, I just ran them. I didn't actually watch much of anything. And I do that when I have to, but I'll try to get through this video and watch what you're doing here, because it looks like a new series of content. But Oracles and Beyond does all 3 types. So they do shorts, videos, and live streams. What you're going to find most often are tarot and oracle readings. And what this can do is give you some insight as to what's been going on in your life, what might be happening now, what might be to come. Cassie has always been a kind-hearted and warm and welcoming creator on her channel, but also shares generosity in the idea that you can meet more friends and family members when you're in her premieres and live streams. When she's live streaming, she's often joined by other creators on panel that will give you more readings of what I'm talking about, and that can give you different perspectives as well. I think it's really, really cool what they're doing over there, and it's great to see the community that Cassie's built. I expect the same same thing on the second channel, Crime Time, Wine Time. So we're going to keep our eye on that. I'm going to spin the wheel right now. Late for work, still in the house. Black Guns and Gardens, good to see you here. Thank you for coming in. And yeah, Fanatic Guide, it's consistent. To be honest with you, I have struggled the last couple of weeks. I was hoping that my work schedule would kind of calm down a little bit. The days are getting shorter, but it hasn't resulted in enough extra time on YouTube. When the weather starts getting a little bit colder, especially after next week in our time zone, we're going to change our time, and we gain an hour actually, but what happens is it's going to start getting darker an hour earlier every day after that. So my work days will be cut short. That will give me much more YouTube time, and that means more watching videos as well as interacting with premieres and live streams and things like that. So I'm looking forward to it, and you should hopefully see Tuber Chat get even busier during that time, because what I have found over the last couple of years is the more you're out, and it only makes sense, the more you're out supporting other creators, the more people come back to support you. When you think about the fact that Tuber Chat itself has over 4,000 subscribers now, I am subscribed to every one of those channels and probably more. So that's a lot of people to keep up with, and nobody could probably accomplish that at all. The most I've ever gotten through is about 350 videos a week, and that's by doing 50 at a time, twice a day, and that's the only way I think that can get done, right? But if you, 25 a day for 7 days. If you think about that, it only makes sense, but the more videos you're watching for other people, the more people will come back and visit you. You certainly can't expect a one-for-one, right? So if you have a playlist of 25 videos and you go through and you spend like a few hours watching that playlist of videos, commenting for everybody, you can't expect all 25 people to come right back to you that day or the next day. But over time, most of those people will come back at some point when they can. Some creators can be on YouTube every day. Some people can only be here once a week, and things change for people all the time, right? But the more you do for others, it always seems to come back. That just makes sense. Jagger Loco, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Forgive me for not being certain if this is your first time with Tuber Chat, but hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody's willing to connect. Please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. VS Speaks Royally is an interesting creator that has become quite influential because they are, first of all, out supporting others all the time. They're another creator who seems to be everywhere always. And what you'll find is that VS Speaks Royally will always be engaging conversation everywhere they go. That's a great service to any host when you're talking, when you're having true conversation in a live chat, whether it's a premiere or a live stream, you're sending true engagement signals into the algorithm for them. Now, it's interesting when you go and look at VS Speaks Royally's channel. She brings all three types of content, shorts, videos, and live streams. She's fully monetized, lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. But when you get to the channel, you'll see that most of what she's doing is talking about the royal family. And if you can catch a live stream over here, you will find an incredibly engaged conversation happening all the time. VS Speaks Royally does a great job of leading that conversation by staying well versed and up to date in her subject, but I think it speaks to the influence that we can take inspiration from in this creator, knowing that they're out having conversations with other people elsewhere. So when we go to their channel, we see a great example of people having true conversation in her live streams, if that makes sense. The Journals of Awakening, good to see you here. Child of God 77, good to see you here. Yeah, one of the things that can be a big problem with YouTube is that if both parties are not connecting in exactly the right way, YouTube can take some of those connections away. Sometimes you'll find that the numbers fluctuate, they go up and down. It's something that's been driving all of us crazy for a couple of years now. But what we always go back to focusing on is the fundamentals of the process in which we connect. It's very important. So in the case of VS Speaks Royally, for instance, when you want to connect with somebody here in TuberChat, my recommendation is exactly to do something along these lines, which is start a conversation with a creator. You have to remember, some people are on phones. The analytics tell me that 60 or 70% of people could be on phones, which means they're leaving and coming back because they're going to channels to watch videos, they're coming back, and that's happening constantly. So you want to start a conversation so that you know that somebody understands that you're about to go and connect with them. Then you head to their channel, you watch a full video of at least 3 minutes. It's very important that you watch the full video, very important that it's at least 3 minutes long, and very important that you leave a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. You don't want to say new friend from TuberChat, or nice vid, or hi there, or supported, or anything that hundreds of other people might be saying. Otherwise, YouTube might hold your comment for review and you might lose the connection. So I recommend 3 or 4 sentences, something to do with the video while you're watching it, to let them know you've watched something unique that nobody else is likely going to say, and that should lock in the connection. As well, in the spirit of doing everything we can for each other, we always give the thumbs up. We put the bell on after we subscribe to the channel for every single creator, as you see me do, and then that should make your connection stick. And then you come back into the chat, let them know that you've done all that. They'll turn around and do the same thing for you. But the fluctuations in numbers, YouTube plays games with everything that we do, whether it's our subscribers, our watch time, our views, our likes, even our thumbs down disappear after a few days sometimes, right? Which is interesting. So it's an idea. Another idea is, like Baron's talking about right now, when you're connecting with a creator, you can take a second video or third. Like, you can watch as many videos as you want. What I might recommend is taking a few videos and putting them into your watch later list. Then you could just let that run, but that shows YouTube that you already went back for a second or third video because you enjoyed that creator's content so much. So YouTube understands that you did mean to subscribe to that creator. You're not just simply saying, you know, you sub to me and I'll sub to you, because we don't do that stuff here. The idea is that we are truly intending on supporting each other over the long term. Hopefully you can hear that in the stories that I tell about a lot of the generous creators that come through here. We're expecting to support not just in the coming days and weeks, but months ahead and maybe even years. You're starting to hear me tell stories now about friends that I've had here in the TuberChat family for anywhere from 1 to 2 to even 3 years. And I hope you take inspiration from that, knowing the same thing can happen for you. VS Speaks Royally is already becoming one of those friends. I forget for the life of me how long they've been with us, but I think it's well over 1.5 years and getting on 2 years now. I could be mistaken, but it's got to be close. And then yes, facing reality. You have to give more than you're willing to or expecting to receive. And my flock is everywhere. It's good to see you here. So again, if anybody has the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. Helps get a couple more people into TuberChat right now, and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther in the coming days and weeks ahead based on the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm. I'll appreciate it greatly. And we're going to go for about 3 minutes, and then I'm going to get the next channel ready for everybody to connect with, and hopefully you'll give us a thumbs up if you haven't already. So it's just over 1 year, felt like longer, VS Speaks Royally, and the Bullock Experience is coming up next. All right, we're back and we're looking at the Bullock experience. This is actually a channel that was featured here on Superchat not too long ago, and you can actually learn a little bit more about them from Crocheting with Leanne, where we're going after Superchat in another hour and a half or so, because she recently interviewed the Bullock experience, and they had a great conversation that went on for, if I remember right, about an hour, 45 minutes, an hour, something like that. Now, the Bullock experience wants to bring us fishing more than anything else, and they will get into a few different types, catfishing more than anything else. But this creator also does some StreamYard panels, and the conversation can start to go anywhere there. The Bullock experience is an incredibly supportive creator. They're here with us regularly. They happen to be a member, so we had them on the wheel at the beginning of the stream, of course. And it's time for me to start adding some names from our chat list, as a matter of fact. I see a few more channels have come in. My Raindrop Life, good to see you here. Hendrickson Family Farm is a longtime friend of Superchat, now an incredibly supportive channel. Gloria's Platter always brings us delicious looking content and is real help when it comes to using our music from our copyright-free music channel. Hopefully everybody will check that out when you have time as well. Child of God 77 is just saying their videos are so short that your new friends don't last. So that surely is frustrating, but hopefully what will happen is a lot of creators will voluntarily run that playlist. I'd almost think about naming the playlist Watch Hours or something, because that way when you have people that come by that know what watch hours are, they might be inclined to run that for you right away. The other way you're going to get that done is by swapping playlists with other creators. And actually, to be honest with you, you might have a very easy time, more so than even most, because one of the things that people think about when swapping playlists with each other is the idea of having it be somewhat fair, right? Sometimes gaming channels or channels that do a lot of live streaming can have playlists that run for almost days, like, you know, and if you're somebody that's only got 10 or 20 or 30 or 40 videos, your playlist might only be a couple of hours, right? An example is Scratch and Pete PA. For the life of me, I can't remember how many videos he's got now. If it might be 90, I'm guessing, somewhere around there. And even so, his videos are only 10 minutes long. So when you figure that out, it's not even going to be a 24-hour playlist yet, right? If Scratch and PPA trades with somebody who's been running a gaming channel or a streaming channel as long as he's been running his channel, chances are the swapping playlist won't be fair. Now, it doesn't matter to hopefully most creators, but to some it will. So what I recommend for a lot of channels that have a lot of videos or long playlists is to chop up your channel into different playlists. You could literally call them 5-hour playlist, 10-hour playlist if you want. A better idea is to name them based on categories of videos and then just time them out. I'll show you a tool here. If you type in Google YouTube playlist length, we'll use Bullock Experience as an example if they've got playlists here. Forgive me for not knowing, I should know. So they got one here. So I'm just going to take the link for this playlist called Twerkin' Tuesday Tackle Talk. And if I just paste it into this website, which comes up on Google search, you will get a couple of statistics here. So it says number of videos 15, and the playlist lasts about a day, 2 hours, so about 26 hours, 35 minutes. So that tells you right there. Some creators will insist that the playlists are equal. What you can do then is offer to run playlists for other creators, knowing that yours is very short, and just say, hey, my playlist is very short, but I'll appreciate it if you run it. And then those creators will do that. So in the spirit of that, if anybody would like to swap playlists with each other for the purpose of gaining watch hours, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists in the chat right now. And other creators should reach out to you right away. And if you see somebody say that and you're willing to swap playlists, then please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually. I don't even facilitate. We just talk about it here and make Superchat a place where people can do that. And then, yeah, Bullock Experience, that's a 3-pound bass on his channel. I've been lucky enough to have gone fishing for bass many times in my young life, and never caught anything that size. I did catch a few fish. I managed to, learn to bring them in, clean them, cook them, and stuff like that. Mostly we would just do catch and release, but I have made a couple of breakfasts with fish. But that's quite an accomplishment. So a 3-pound right there. And hopefully we'll be looking forward to even more of that kind of activity from the Bullock experience. Sure Media Atelier has got a premiere later today, a couple hours after Crocheting with Leanne. Al Lacard, good to see you here. Thank you for coming in. And hopefully I haven't missed anything that anybody's meant for me to see in the chat or anybody coming in. I certainly don't mean to. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everybody. Now, I did say I was going to get some names onto the wheel. I'm going to do it right this second, but I'm going to spin so that we get another channel on the screen. And Home Bartending with John will be up next. This is another channel that was featured not too long ago on Superchat. And a channel that I enjoy. I used to work in bars and nightclubs. I'm doing a little bit of that again right now, and am happy to see what Home Bartending with John is coming up with. And then, let me look at what I can do about adding names to the wheel. I just got to refresh a page in the background here. For those of you who haven't already seen it, I've got this robot called Bottissimo. And what it does is keep statistics in the background, not just about how long you're here, but more so about how much you're interacting in the chat. And that is how I determine which order to put channels on the screen in. So I'm going to put Puppet Short Films on the wheel. I know you said I could give up your spot if I wanted to, but we've got lots of time. We've still got another hour and 15 minutes or so before we're going to go over to Crocheting with Leanne's channel. So it should be enough time to put up everybody that ends up being here that length of time onto the screen. Samantha's Lifestyle Mantha is coming up as well. So we'll add some more names to the wheel as we need them. And then thank you so much, Gloria's Platter, for the kind word. She always does that. If anybody hasn't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. And if you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to do it, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time. And then right now we're looking at Home Bartending with John. So this creator has 186 subscribers right now. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards the 200 that they're thinking about. I didn't make it to the Pumpkin Beer Fest premiere. So forgive me for that, but I'm going to add that into my catch-up list to see what you came up with here. Now, Home Bartending with John is doing a lot of reviews, and those are basically what you would expect. What the Flock, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. But Home Bartending with John has a few different ideas for videos here. He's got a series where what he's intending on doing is showing us how we can make some of the most popular drinks at home with different ingredients. So what he'll do is show us a couple of variations. So you get a quick and easy way to make a drink if that's what you want. You'll get another variation, usually based on television or movies or some other form of pop culture. And then as well, a more traditional way of making a drink, sometimes with a couple of more ingredients. So you can really get that traditional, rich flavored drink that you're looking for. So Home Bartending with John has expanded into even more types of content, which I'm really enjoying. So how to make 6 low-calorie cocktails is a video lately. He took us on a shopping haul to show us what he's got to do to keep that bar stocked up, which is cool as well, and he's expanded into some shorts video. So hopefully everybody will connect with Home Bartending with John if you haven't already. He's been a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter to Superchat ever since finding us, and he's been with us for a few months now. Garden State Gardener's in the house. Good to see you here. He'll be running Sunday Fun Day tonight at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. And then vidIQ, so Puppet Short Films. I don't use vidIQ as often as anybody might expect, but I do like it. I do like what they're doing over there. I happen to use TubeBuddy, and I think that just comes down to preference, right? you know, people pick different things and couldn't even explain to you the reason because they're so similar. But TubeBuddy and vidIQ will do a lot of the same types of things. And vidIQ can do a great job of giving you insight into your analytics and what's going on with your channel, not to mention competitors if you wanted to look at that, or trends maybe, right? I happen to use TubeBuddy. It's very similar, like I said, and I have affiliate links, of course, in the descriptions of our videos here, but I have used both, and occasionally I'll go back to vidIQ just to see what they're doing over there, in case there's something specific that I want that TubeBuddy doesn't offer. But they're doing a great job over there. They do a lot of live streams where they help people understand different aspects of their videos, like how to improve their thumbnails. They do channel reviews over there, which is much different than what TuberChat is doing here. Somebody might say, oh, TuberChat does channel reviews, but really what it is I just talk about the channels while they're on the screen. I don't really review and give a lot of, you know, you should do this and you should do that and change your thumbnails to this and make better titles and stuff like that. We talk about it, but the idea is more for everybody to make their own decisions based on experience and help from each other. My intention here is just to introduce channels while we're here, but vidIQ will get into channel reviews that of course can be helpful, but they're an incredibly well-known channel, and I would recommend for anybody to follow them as well. I've probably got a list of 5 or 10 different channels that I follow that are much bigger, that I've actually been following for like 5 years now, and were part of the reason why I got into TuberChat. I've actually, now that I think about it, been following them for about 6 years. So vidIQ, TubeBuddy, and then of course some of the bigger channels like Daryl Eves, Benji and Sean from Think Media, video creators with Tim Schmoyer, Sunny Lenarduzzi, Vanessa Lau, Roberto Blake, Nick and Dee Nimmin, both. I'm probably leaving a few out, but those are like ones that I go back to constantly, right? But that's an idea. vidIQ is absolutely a great service and great product, and you know, I just use TubeBuddy. I wouldn't be able to tell you why I chose that over the other, but things can change too. You know, I keep on top of these things to try to see what they're doing. So if one has an advantage over the other, I may want both. I may switch from one to the other. But thank you for bringing that up, because we don't talk about them too often, but I'm happy to talk about that when anybody would like to, because those things can be very helpful, especially when you enjoy looking at your analytics and statistics. Garden State Gardener's dropping a super chat on us. Thank you for that. I really do appreciate that. That's Joe, and he will be bringing us Sunday Fun Day today. The registration video is already up. We'll talk about it soon. We're going to put that channel up next. Sure Media Atelier is actually a longtime friend of TuberChat. They were away for a while and have come back. So we're glad to see them here. They've got a premiere coming up. Why does this say 2 p.m.? Oh, because it's coming up soon, actually. They've got a premiere coming up in a few minutes. So we know that we will have fresh content from this channel after TuberChat today. And of course, we're going to go over to Crocheting with Leanne right after. I'm just going to take another video from this creator and see what this is a shorter video, but I just want to see what they've been doing lately. So they're almost at 2,300 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther. I've got my notification on for that premiere. And then yeah, you know what I'm going to say. Scratchin' Pete's going to shake his head, and Michael's Adventures probably as well, as soon as I start saying it. But one of these days, I intend to make videos where I talk about some of the features and how I use them, if not how to use them. And Scratchin' PPA is actually asking an interesting question from Gloria's Platter to ask, which do you prefer? So when you're using both TubeBuddy or vidIQ, which are similar, which one is the one that you find yourself looking at most often is the question I'd ask on top of what Scratch and PPA is asking. Garden State Gardener's up right now. We'll see what this creator's got going on. They dropped a super chat on us, so we put their channel up right away. We always put super chatters on the screen right away. Members get added to the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. Coach Mary Ma is in the house. I've got them on the wheel now as well, and I'll start adding some more names from our chat list soon. The wheel of patience is humbling us today. Yes, absolutely. Facing reality usually comes up pretty quick. Garden State Gardener is in the house with almost 2,000 subscribers. They've been on the road for a while. They're going to be closing in on that anytime now. Joe does a great job of making people feel involved in a community that is anchored by himself and Garden State Gardener, but expands far beyond his channel. It's a really unique experience over there. Joe's been a great friend, an extremely generous creator, obviously, but you can see between all of the shoutouts and collaborations on his channel how he really brings friends together. And here's an example right here. There's Lazy Days Ahead, both Jesse and Lisa. Jesse's known as the Mod Father. There's Scott from Rambling with the Brums. They were together the other day. Joe does a lot of shout-out videos. He's done at least 4 for Superchat. Now, I just want to show you, here is the Sunday Funday registration video. So if you're going to hopefully be able to attend Sunday Funday tonight, you'll want to get involved in this, because this is how you can watch what Joe has to say here, and this is how you get involved in the giveaways that happen during the Sunday Funday live stream. So that's, again, at 7:30 p.m. tonight, if I'm right. You can correct me if I'm wrong, Garden State Gardener. I know I've been saying 7:30 for a while. I'm pretty sure that's right. And then Makeup Mom and Son is in the house. She is here both as a moderator and a gold member. So we see her channel every single day in the slides that run at the beginning, middle, and end of every live stream, and her link is dropped by Nightbot every 30 minutes or so. So I've got her on the wheel, because like I said, we always put members on the wheel right away. And then Garden State Gardener does a lot more gardening and talking about seed swaps, and he comes to us from the homesteading community of channels. So lots to learn from this creator, but as you can see, he's a really fun creator behind the channel. A lot of familiar faces you hear and you see here in shout outs and things like that. And of course, he's fully monetized. Lots of ways to support him, including super chats and memberships when we get there. So hopefully everybody will connect with him. Thank you. Sorry, Joe, that's why I asked 7 p.m. I don't know why I thought I made a mistake with that, but maybe it is. Maybe, I don't know if it's always been 7 or if I made that mistake for no reason. But 7 p.m. Eastern, so a little bit earlier. He's usually on for an hour, I think, maybe more, but usually an hour if I'm right. And he often has over 70 people. I've seen up to 100 people watching at a time, and it is a wild time over there. His live stream, the chat, rivals those of Scratch and PPA or Hilda DC or VS Speaks Royally. It's very fast-paced and high energy, but you'll be welcome to meet more friends and family members over there as well. So Makeup Mom and Son is a dear friend. She has been for a long time. As a matter of fact, all of our moderators here are. They're dear friends of each other, but they all have channels of their own. They all do different things. One of the things they all have in common is an overwhelming sense of generosity, and part of that means that you'll be able to meet more, friends and family members when you're on their channels for premieres and live streams. So I know I'm behind again. I'm just going to take the latest 31 days of Halloween video, put this into my catch-up list. I wonder if Makeup Mom and Son might be our biggest fan of Halloween in the Tuber Chat family. It seems that way. Makeup Mom and Son does a lot of different things on her channel. She does a lot of makeup, of course, as you'd expect. She kind of started out that way. She does a lot of collaborations and live streaming with other creators, including interviews. I've been honored to have been interviewed by her on her channel. Thank you, Hendrickson Family Farm. For that reason, we're going to put that channel on the screen next. We always put super chatters on the screen right away, and then members get added to the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. And then Makeup Mom and Son is approaching 1,700 subscribers, but she does a lot more variety on her channel. One of the things she's done a lot of is subscription boxes, like those monthly subscriptions, like BoxyCharm and FabFitFun and some of the other things we're familiar with. But she has always been very thoughtful about mixing up the content, mixing up those subscription boxes so that her audience always has new content, even though they're the same types of videos. So that's really cool. She does pure variety on her channel. Like I said, she does great with series of videos, especially at Christmas, especially at Halloween. So we're following 31 days of Halloween right now, and hopefully everybody will enjoy connecting with her. Like I said, she's an incredibly generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. And then again, a gold member, so we'll see her link drop by Nightbot every 30 minutes or so. So next up is Hendrix. Oh, sorry, let me actually show you another channel. Hendrix and Family Farm will be up next because they dropped a super chat on us. But I do want to show you this second channel where Makeup Mom and Son has a channel set up now for her son. So this is Caden Plays It. Now, there's a bit of variety on this channel already with kind of an unboxing product review type video, as well as some gameplay. Mom is helping out, of course, but some shorts already, and even a another unboxing video here. We're expecting more gameplay. There's Roblox there. So hopefully everybody will enjoy connecting with this young creator. We want to encourage them by pushing them towards the 45 subscribers they're thinking about right now. We know that the race to the first 100 is more challenging than ever, but as long as we're all doing as much as we possibly can for each other, we see channels growing, passing different milestones like the first 100 all the time. So we want to encourage Caden on this channel. Caden Plays It, which is for the son of Makeup Mom and Son. And then let's look at Hendrix and Family Farm. Makeup Mom and Son says Caden's actually got 3 videos coming up, so that's going to be cool to see. We know there's going to be fresh content over there. Hendrix and Family Farm is up right now just because they dropped a super chat on us a few minutes ago, and I appreciate that. So we let them move up the time a little bit. The wheel and the screen, of course, are open to everybody, and in another few minutes I will likely start adding some more names from our chat list based on who's been most active in the chat. It's much more about conversation in the chat than it is about time spent. That's just something to keep in mind. Pardon me for a second here. Gail Southern Living is in the house. That's the same creator from Coupon Gail. And thank you for coming in. Thank you for the share. If anybody would like to swap playlists with each other for the purpose of gaining watch hours, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists in the chat. Other creators should reach out to you. And if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody's free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Pardon me just for a moment. I'll be right back. Okay, we're back, and actually we're looking at the Hendrix and Family Farm. So they've been with the Tuber Chat family for many months. Previously featured, of course. One of the things I notice about this particular channel is they are out supporting others all the time. So when I'm out bouncing in between premieres and live streams, I run into them regularly. Pardon me, I'm going to see if I can get a cameo appearance out here. I see Trouble Von Cuddlepuss has come to say hello to everybody. Have a look. It's a white light this time, not green. Look at the white light. We've talked about that. Good boy. Okay, he doesn't like it. He growled at me. I don't know if you could hear that on the way down there. He only likes to make very short cameo appearances, but I thought I'd bring them up for a second there. Pardon me. So Hendrickson Family Farm, like I said, has been with the Tuber Chat family for a long time. Actually doing a lot of streaming with a lot of panels. This is interesting. I hope I can catch you on a couple more of these. I caught them, I thought it was not too long ago. Yeah, I guess it's already a few weeks, but hopefully I'll catch another one of these. Now, when we look at their channel, obviously all three types of content, because they've got shorts and videos there as well. They're in Oklahoma. They have a 30-acre farm where they raise cattle, goats, pigs, chickens, and horses. They do things like hunting, fishing, rodeos, and everything outdoors. And then they share a lot of that with us. So hopefully everybody will enjoy that. Of course, life on the farm as well. I'm just going to grab one of the latest videos, though, and put this in my catch-up list, because I can see I'm behind and I don't want to fall any farther behind. They've got some featured channels there as well, which is cool to see. So hopefully everybody will enjoy connecting with them. Like I said, I see Hendrickson Family Farm out supporting other creators all the time, so you can expect that kind of support back from them. We'd love to push them right now towards the 700 subscribers that they're thinking about. I'll spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go. And I Am Betty J Gathers is going to be coming up. I Am Betty J Gathers is a powerhouse of energy and positivity. Thank you one more time, Hendrickson Family Farm, for that super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generosity. And while we get ready to look at I Am Betty J Gathers, you know, we think about this creator because she has literally been responsible for us gaining hundreds of thumbs up on our live streams because of her energetic and friendly reminders. If anybody hasn't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to do it, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. And when we look at I Am Betty J Gathers content, she's expanded into a lot of different things lately. She's doing a lot of vlogging, stories to be told. She's got a series of videos now. And then I Am Betty J Gathers likes sharing life lessons with us. But this creator is very well known in the Tuber Chat family as somebody who talks about healthy eating, healthy living, and pardon me, I'm getting distracted. I'm going to shed a tear in a second here. I Am Betty J Gathers talks about healthy eating, healthy living, intermittent fasting, and I have to laugh because the title of this video is distracting me. Some of you must know that I'm an Apple fan, probably literally a fanatic, right? And I'm lucky enough to be working on an Apple right now, but for, you know, I was lucky enough when I was a teenager that my mom wanted to have a family computer for us, and it wasn't the first one we ever had, but they got a Mac, and they really kind of went all out. I was very lucky. You know, my family was very typical. It's not like, you know, we had any more money than anybody else or anything like that. But they really wanted to make sure that my sister and I would be able to have something that we could use as well as my mom could do some work on and this and that. So we had a Mac as a family computer. I got out of Mac for a long time and got into Windows in my early, let's say, 20s, something like that. Right up until probably 30 years old or something, and then I was able to finally afford to get into a Mac. The difference in price was very far at the time, right? So you could buy a computer for $300, and a Mac would cost you about $1,200 at the time to try to match the specs. Whereas today, I find that those days are pretty much gone. If you compare specs on a Windows computer today compared to what you're getting in value when you buy the base model of a Macintosh, it's not that far off anymore, which is great. So I'm happy for that. But anyway, so forgive my long story. I gotta see this. Is that true? Oh, God. Oh, my dear goodness. Oh. I gotta ask I Am Betty J Gathers about that outside, but that's heartbreaking to me. Oh my gosh, to see this computer. I'm sure she got that sorted out, But wow, is there ever a disaster going on in there? That's a different type of video for I Am Betty J Gathers, but this is an example of things that people can do with shorts, especially if you have a variety channel. So thank you for that. That's a much needed laugh on my part. And we'll spin the wheel. We'll get another channel coming up. My dear goodness. Hopefully they sort that out for you the way they're supposed to. That's got to be an inconvenience, to say the least. Jan Hines is coming up right now. This is a creator with a couple of different channels, and she's been with us for a long time. What she brings on her channel more than anything is self-care, and she'll talk about products that we can use and tips and tricks, of course. So already over 1,000 subscribers on this channel. We'd love to push her a little bit farther. She's probably working on watch hours as well. And then when we look at Life with Jan, we're going to see more variety from the same creator. And she's been with us again every day lately, and I appreciate that. And then they had to give you a brand new computer, says I Am Betty J Gathers. Hopefully, and forgive me if you didn't, but hopefully you backed it up and were able to get it back going. You know, now these days I know hard drives and things like that can be expensive, and getting into things like iCloud or other cloud-based services to back up your computers can start to cost, you know, quite a good handful of money. But where possible, I recommend to everybody to back up, let's say weekly, if not more often. Somebody like me, I'm on a computer every day. Wouldn't be the end of the world if I lost a couple of days worth of work. Most of the stuff I've moved to cloud-based services now. So the idea would be, if your computer ever got stolen, or if you experienced damage in a fire or something worse, then you could literally just go to the store, buy a new computer the next day, and all of your stuff would be there soon enough. You could be up and running in an hour. Not that it's quite that easy, but that's the idea. So hopefully everybody backs up, especially your YouTube channel. You know, we've heard disaster stories where YouTube channels can have trouble. If you've got backups of everything, in the case of somebody like Jan Hines here, you could start a second channel called Jan Hines Reloaded, start popping in all your old videos if you lost your channel, and be up and running quickly, right? Not that it's ideal, I'm just saying it's an idea. And then I Am Betty J Gathers was able to get her stuff back. And then, what's my best advice for new YouTubers, says Gail Southern Living. It's a bit of a loaded question, but I do appreciate you asking. So the first thing is consistency is key, right? So if you can make one quality piece of content every week on your channel, it's not up to me or anybody else to decide what quality is for you. You know for yourself. But if you can make one quality piece of content every week, that's enough to make your channel grow organically. The things we do here in Superchat speed that up. But the other advice that I have for everybody is that YouTube is a social network, whether we want to call it that or not. And taking part in that social network helps you get noticed, even selfishly. Never mind the idea of generosity. So when you're out commenting on other people's videos and things like that, you are helping yourself get noticed and contributing to the network, right? So if you want to be noticed, a recommendation is to leave noticeable comments, right? Things that people will read, and then some people will be inclined, after they read a comment of yours, to connect with your channel. And I'm not talking about the host of the video you've commented on. I'm talking about other people enjoying the conversation or joining into the conversation, whether they enjoy it or not, right? So that's an idea, but generosity is what has brought myself and other people I've worked with directly exactly what they have. And we're talking about income as well as growth of the channel's exposure and things like that, because always on the forefront of my mind is how to do more for others than I expect in return. Luckily, we found a community of generous people here who seem to be very like-minded, and the idea of giving much more than you expect to receive it is what results in a lot of the solid and strong foundations that we see on a lot of channels here in the Superchat family. I'm not talking about rapid growth. I'm talking about the foundation, because if you could have 1,000 true fans, and I'm not just talking about 1,000 subscribers, but 1,000 people who really like your content, who really want to see it, who have their notifications on and things like that, over time, your channel has no choice but to grow almost exponentially. I really believe that. And especially when you're out talking to other people. Now, Gail Southern Living is somebody who's asking the question, but is an example of what I'm talking about. We saw Garden State Gardener, that's another example. Gloria's Platter, I Am Betty J Gathers, VS Speaks Royally, and of course, any of the moderators that you find on TuberChat are incredible examples of creators who live wholeheartedly by the idea of giving much more than they expect to receive. YouTube is just an example of that generosity. Facing Reality comes to mind. Fanatic Guide comes to mind. I don't mean to leave anybody out. I'm just mentioning for the sake of the point. Most of the creators here in TuberChat, especially if they've been here many times before, probably live wholeheartedly by the same idea. Because if somebody was to come into TuberChat, let's just say, and didn't enjoy this, didn't enjoy the idea of giving to others, and didn't enjoy the way we talk about things or the way I talk about things, they would leave. You might be interested to know that half of the people who ever click on a TuberChat live stream to check it out, leave. They don't even come in. And part of that, I should look at the analytics and get a more accurate number, but that's partly due to the new 20-minute time limit that I put on subscribers. They have to have an idea of what we're doing before they can even contribute. And it's not that we want to not be inclusive. Of course we do. We want anybody that wants to be a part of this to be a part of this, but we also don't want to waste anybody's time at all. And if somebody's not going to enjoy doing things the way we do them, I'd rather they be outgrowing their channel in other ways. This is certainly not the only way to get it done. This is the way we choose to do it, right? So it's just an idea. Forgive me, because I know that's a long speech, probably way over and above what you were talking about, Gail Southern Living, but for a couple of quick ideas, I recommend taking part in the social network, and consistency at least once a week is almost required when it comes to producing content. And an idea would be, just since Gail Southern Living asked, what's your advice for new YouTubers? Here's an idea. So after you don't even have to wait, but let's just say after you have the smallest amount of experience, you've made 10 videos, right? The idea would be, how can I improve one thing, anything at all, even if it's the tiniest thing? How can I improve one thing in the next video that I'm going to make? Because by the time you make 50 this year, or 100 if you're lucky, or maybe even more, imagine how much better your videos will be when you've improved 50 or 100 things. And I'm serious. When you talk about, for instance, your description, what can you add or take away from your description in the next video to make it better? What can you add? Even if it's adding one tag, right? We should be maximizing our tag area in the YouTube studio. And I'm not talking about hashtags. I'm talking about tags themselves. They give us 500 characters worth of area. If you're only putting 2 or 3 tags in there or none at all, maybe the next video you put 1 or 2. I hope you'll fill it out. Forgive me, the bud files, we're going to talk about your channel in a second, but I want to show everybody something else. We've looked at this a couple of times in the last couple of weeks. Rapid tags, if you just type that in to Google, you'll find it, rapidtags.io. Let me get the link for you. You can check this out, and when you press this red button, use tools for free, you can type in anything. So let's just say, I'm going to put in graveyard because that's something that the Bud Files does on their channel, and this is going to give you almost 500 characters worth of tags that you can use. You can simply hit this copy button. Now, I don't know if it works on a phone, I haven't tried, but on a computer I use it. And then you can go into your video, put those tags, or at least use them as inspiration. If you're not already maximizing your tag area, here's one improvement you can use today on your very next video. The other thing too is it's recommended to go back over your old videos and fill them out, add more tags, change the titles, change the thumbnail. You can do that as often as you want to breathe new life into older videos and turn them into evergreen content, if that makes sense. So Thank you, Gail Southern Living. I wish I could do a better job, but this is what I was talking about earlier today. Here in Tuber Chat, it's always bite-sized information. I'm looking forward to doing more interviews and panels. Today I'm doing one with Crocheting with Leanne. It's going to be the first one in a long time. I don't know exactly what to expect, what we'll really talk about. Some of the interviews I've done have surprised me, but we usually get into a bit of YouTube talk, and then I can get into longer ideas or answers as well. And then there you go. Yeah, Glorious Platter. Rapid Tags is a great start. I happen to use TubeBuddy. I do pay for it, so I get the benefit of the full tag experience. Is probably the #1 thing that I use. It's very similar, though. The tags that you get from TubeBuddy are similar to what Rapid Tags is going to give you, but more importantly, they're meant for inspiration. Tags really come down to common sense, right? So when you see something, somebody might type in the word graveyard, and then they might also type in the word cemetery. Then if you say abandoned graveyard, you might type in abandoned cemetery, right? Now you've got 4 tags already. I don't know if that actually makes sense, but it's something that could be done, right? The Bud Files would know better what would apply to their own channel, but they do explore graveyards and things like that because they are what they call modern-day archaeologists. Their intention on their channel is to uncover history, digitally preserve it, and they take us to a lot of interesting places, including ghost towns, abandoned places, and graveyards. So hopefully everybody will enjoy that in their content. They're here with us almost every day. They've been incredibly generous, loyal, and dedicated supporters, not just here, but everywhere they go. I run into them constantly, supporting others as well, and they're well over 700 subscribers now, well on the road towards 800. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther. Philip Lemon, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. I certainly don't mean to, as long as everybody is... as long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everybody. And then cemeteries as opposed to graveyards, Michael's Adventures is saying, because there's a difference between the two, right? Whether one is beside a church or not. And hopefully we'll see more of both, or whatever's appropriate on the channel. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody, like I said, and if I've missed something that anybody meant for me to see, like a question or a comment in the chat, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up, or at mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open, hopefully catch it the next time around. I'm going to add some more names to the wheel right now. Let me see what I'm going to do about that. Michael the Realist is here, so I've got them on. Facing Reality, of course, will be coming up on the wheel. And I'm going to try to move a little bit faster now through channels because, we've been on for quite some time. We've still got a long way to go before we go over to Crocheting with Leanne. I'll drop the link when we get closer to the time. We're going to go visit her in about 40 minutes or so. But I'll get as many channels on the screen as we can between now and then. If anybody would like to swap playlists with each other for the purpose of gaining watch hours, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists in the chat. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody's free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. And then, actually, Facing Reality is asking what's for dinner, so I'm going to make everybody jealous here. Kristen is baking right now, actually, and has been all afternoon. One of the things she's made is this, pardon me for a second while I just scream through the house here. So this is just like a blueberry bread, right? Like almost like a banana bread or something like that. So look at this thing. Look at these beautiful blueberries. Oh my goodness. And they're, look, even the paper towel I've got them on, they're like so juicy and everything. Anyway, so that's not for dinner. That's for the snack. But I've got that ready to go. But I just wanted to mention that. And there you go, Facing Reality. Glorious Platter's always got the door open for dinner. She's got delicious looking content. Desi Chronicles, good to see you here. Thank you for coming in. The Stock Explorer is up right now. I did put the Fanatic Guide onto our wheel as well. I'm looking forward to seeing their channel because they've got another milestone coming up.
That's the banana bread.
Oh, she's got something else. So she's baking all kinds here right now. Today's baking day for her. She's got banana bread here. Look at that. It hasn't even been sliced yet. Oh, it has. Okay, there's a slice. Well,
And then I have a
Interesting.
pumpkin one.
Yeah. So it's interesting, right? So Kristen and I have been together for a long time. We're actually going to be celebrating 7 years in about a week from now, right after Halloween. And it doesn't matter how much weight I gain. She keeps baking. It's incredible. It's wonderful. So the Stock Explorer is up right now. And she's got another one. She's been making, this is what I mean. She's been baking all day. This is a pumpkin loaf as well, pumpkin bread. So I haven't had this. I don't even know what to expect with this. I do like pumpkin as much as anybody else, but boy, is that something else. Oh, Fanatic Guy made banana bread last night without nuts. Yeah, I have never had banana bread with nuts. I've had it with chocolate chips. And then, yes, and thank you everybody for the kind words in the chat. But yeah, Kristen's been working at it all afternoon, actually. She does a lot of Christmas baking and stuff. That'll be coming up soon, too. So the Stock Explorer is up right now. Pardon me, because I said I'm going to get some more names onto the... I'm going to get as many channels on the screen as we can in the next 25 minutes or so, and I'll start dropping the link for Crocheting with Leanne soon. I'm going to join her on her panel for a interview between the two of us. It'll probably be more of a discussion, but I'm looking forward to it because it's the first one I've done in a long time. And Crocheting with Leanne and I have been looking forward to getting together for that for a long time already. So almonds would be great with banana bread, says Gloria's Platter, so maybe we'll think about that. The Stock Explorer is here, and this is the newest member of our moderator squad. They're here as a member and a moderator. And Nora is somebody that wants to, on this channel, bring us the stock market and crypto markets in a level-headed and down-to-earth way. They do that through all three types of content, including shorts, videos, and live streams. And they often have product in hand, but they bring us everything from beginner tutorials all the way up to advanced topics like NFTs, options trading, and things like that. So there's lots to be learned from Nora on this channel. But the Stock Explorer as well gets into some more content. She's been chasing watch hours for a while, so she's been doing a lot of live streaming almost every day, as a matter of fact. And as a matter of fact, they will be celebrating their monetization this coming weekend, hopefully. We're expecting maybe on Saturday they'll do a live stream. So we'll be looking forward to that. If that's the case, it'll be rated right after Tuber Chat. We'll do Tuber Chat a little bit earlier like we did yesterday. So hopefully everybody will enjoy that. Now, sometimes when you join Nora, especially for a live stream, there will be charts and graphs for us to see, but often it's friendly conversation and it can expand far out from just the stocks and crypto markets and things like that. So hopefully everybody will enjoy that. She's an incredibly supportive creator. Another one that seems to be everywhere all the time. Definitely a shining jewel in the Tuber Chat family, and I'm happy to have said that she's the newest member of our moderator squad. So almost at 1,300 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push her a little bit farther, get her up towards that milestone. And on this second channel called Tropical Buzz, this is where Nora seeks to educate us about different plant life and likely grow a lot of different things. They happen to be in Florida, so they should be able to do that year round. They've already gotten involved in other collaborations and seed swaps with people like Garden State Gardener. I think Nora actually has won multiple times on Sunday Fun Day, the live stream that Garden State Gardener has every Sunday night at 7. So hopefully everybody will enjoy connecting to Tropical Buzz. We'd love to push Nora a little bit farther on this second channel towards the 200 that they're thinking about here as well. If anybody hasn't already given a thumbs up for this live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to do it, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time. Pardon me, I'm not drinking enough today, and I got to keep my voice going for a little while longer. I'm not sure what to expect when I go over to Crocheting with Leanne's channel today. We could be together for anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour to maybe even up to 2 hours, so we'll see. And hopefully everybody will come over with us. You'll be welcome to meet more friends and family members over there with Crocheting with Leanne. And she's approaching 2,400 subscribers, so you know she's got quite an audience already as well. Coach Mary Ma is here with 250 subscribers right now. This creator's fairly new to the Tuber Chat family, but already an influential soul behind the channel. And I'm still getting to know them. You can see they've got shorts, videos, and live streams, but they are a reset coach. And what they try to do is help people regain their self-esteem, rebuild self-confidence, improve their net worth, and conquer self-sabotaging tendencies of stigma, guilt, blame, and shame. And I think most of us can probably find some benefit in what Coach Mary Ma is going to share with us. So hopefully everybody will connect with them. Johnny Jim's going to stream later today as well. What time are you going to go? If you want to let everybody know. And then I'm expecting to be with Crocheting with Leanne. We're going to start a half an hour from now. She'll go on. I'll join her right after she starts so we can raid. I'm expecting to be anywhere up to 2 hours with her, but that will end at somewhere between 3 and 5 p.m. Eastern. I know a lot of creators have content coming out today on Sunday, whether it's premieres, live streams, things like that. And then Sunday Fun Day is tonight. We know that at 7 o'clock. Some creators have schedules that they stick to, right? And I know that's recommended from a lot of the biggest YouTubers who talk about these things. At the same time, we all have to do whatever we can actually accomplish, right? Not everybody can work with the same kind of consistency. Scratch and PPA comes to mind, somebody who's put videos out for almost 2 years now, every single Tuesday at 12:15 Eastern without fail. Ace Flaw 1, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. He's just got out of work. That's a creator I've been connected to for about 2.5 years. And still, after 480 episodes of Tuber Chat, he comes back as often as he can to support others and share his travel videos with us. Baron is up right now. He's in the chat as a member. We always put members on the wheel right away as soon as we see them. It's now time for me to add some more names from our chat list, actually. So I'll do that in a moment here. Yaya's Best Life is still with us, so I'm going to get them onto our wheel. I Bring It Every Day has been here for quite some time as well. And Johnny Jim will come on, and I'll add some more names as we need them. We're going to get to as many channels as we can in the next half hour. I'm going to start stepping up the speed if I can. Pardon me. So Baron is bringing us a lot of variety on their channel. And motivating and encouraging, of course. They bring all three types of content: shorts, videos, and live streams. I can see I'm behind with you. I'm just going to take the latest video and put this into my catch-up list. That will help me to get caught up, make sure I don't fall any farther behind. Balance Breakers is here. That is actually a new channel from Derek's Journey. That family has now expanded into 3 different channels. So Balance Breakers Fitness and Gaming is here right now. Hopefully everybody will connect them. Odom's Homestead is in the house as well. They happen to be a member, so I've got them on the wheel right away. We always put members on the wheel right away. Hendrickson Family Farm, thank you so much again for your generosity today. Thanks for being here. They're here with us just about every single day on Tuber Chat. I'm going to, like I said, start moving a little bit faster. If anybody has the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a couple more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days, maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm. Pardon me just for a quick second, Puppet Short Films. We're going to talk about your channel in a second. I just need a moment here. And I see that Derek's Journey is dropping us a super chat there from Balance Breakers, Fitness and Gaming. Derek's Journey is a member. We had put them on the wheel, but that super chat means I'm going to put their channel up next. and then we'll get back to spinning the wheel right after. And yes, thank you, Garden State Gardener. If anybody hasn't given a thumbs up, I hope you will. So Puppet Short Films brings fun everywhere that they go. They bring, I forget if they stream. Let me just look through their content for a quick second. They always bring comedy with them as well. I forget whether they've streamed or not. Forgive me for not being certain. Yeah, maybe not streaming yet. That might be an idea for the future. But their videos take quite a bit of work to get together. You'll see what I mean when you get in here and see some of what they're doing. Puppet Short Films is always amusing, always entertaining. 623 subscribers right now. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards the 700 that they're thinking about. They've actually been a friend of Tuber Chat for a long time, but they've been bringing a lot of fun and engagement into our chat, especially lately, which I really appreciate. When you engage conversation and other entertainment, you know, in somebody's live stream, you're really helping them, even if it's a premiere during the live chat, because you're sending true engagement signals into the YouTube algorithm. But I'm sure everybody's had a good time connecting to Puppet Short Films over the last little while. They've been making frequent appearances here. And I'm looking forward to more of their content, of course. So shorts and videos for now. Perhaps a live stream will come up in the future. I'm going to grab, let me see what you've done for videos lately. I'm going to grab something from the front page, this first video, and I'm just going to put that in my catch-up list, something other random to watch. And then I've got that in my catch-up list now. So next up is Balance Breakers, Fitness and Gaming, because they dropped a super chat on us. This channel actually comes to us from Derek's Journey, and you can see the other two channels that family has got going on there. So we can expect a lot of gaming on this channel, as well as the fitness challenges that we know and love from Derek's Journey. So 20 subscribers on this channel right now. I'm hoping we can encourage them by pushing them a little bit farther today. Again, this is the very much loved and well-respected Derek's Journey behind this channel. And we want to push them maybe even up towards the 25 that they're thinking about. We know that the race to the first 100 is more challenging than ever, but as long as we're doing as much as we can for each other, we see channels growing, passing different milestones like the first 100 all the time. There's Andre Southgate. Good to see you here. You Never Know What Jeannie and Jaden is another couple of members of the Derek's Journey family. And they've got 157 subscribers on this channel right now, where they're promising to bring us more variety, as well as the fitness challenges that we know and love from Derek's Journey. So I hope everybody will connect with them here. And then the original channel, Derek's Journey here, is fully monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships. When we get there, we see a lot of familiar faces in their featured channels, which is great to see. On this channel, they want to motivate us with fitness first, but they bring all three types of content: shorts, videos, and live streams. And there's tons of variety. They give us a wonderful look at the family life behind the channel. This is an interactive family that gets together and does a lot of different things. They do taste test reviews, challenges, and other family adventures, which they take us on. I'm going to take the latest video, put that in my catch-up list as well. And then, of course, the fitness is always there, and they're approaching 1,900 subscribers now, which is a wonderful accomplishment for this channel. We see Derek's Journey growing rapidly, and I think that's because this creator does an incredible job of getting other creators together for collaborations and things like that. That can be a real winning strategy for growing your channel and growing your audience. Fanatic Guide is coming up right now. This particular creator has just blown right past a major milestone, hitting 3,000 subscribers. They're already well on the road towards 3,100. Fanatic Guide's been a dear friend for a long time. This is a creator who brings thought-provoking engagement into our chat often, has for a very long time, but also happens to be helpful on their channel. So some of their best performing videos are not gaming, even though that's what they do more often than anything else lately. I'm going to set my notification for the latest premiere. Hopefully I'll catch that tomorrow morning. I might be on the same time as Tuber Chat actually, but I'm grabbing the latest video, putting it in my catch-up list, Fanatic Guide is fully monetized, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. But this is also a creator who's been an advocate for Tuber Chat and what we're doing here for a long time. I've run into them repeatedly, out supporting. You know, sometimes you walk into a live stream or a premiere, get involved in the conversation and find that somebody's already saying pleasant things about you, and Fanatic Guide's been that kind of a friend for a long time. We can see that this creator has a lot to be learned from them. They've got a lot of these videos that have got into the tens of thousands of views, over 20 here, over 30, over 40, over 70, and we've watched this video go from what I believe was the 50s and 60s right into now what is going to be Fanatic Guide's first video to hit 100,000 views, which is an incredible accomplishment, and hopefully everybody will connect with this creator so that you can join him when that happens and congratulate him as well. Andre Southgate's in the house. Gallivant and Gingers, it's good to have you back. Thank you for coming in. And then Puppet Short Films. We don't do a lot of links here for a couple of reasons. One of the reasons is because when we search, find, and click on each other's names, we're actually helping each other so that we'll rise up the search results, and eventually YouTube will be doing a better job of predicting when we're looking for certain channels. So the idea is that it makes it easier over time. And then otherwise, obviously, you know, we have a benefit for our gold members where their links are dropped automatically, but we don't typically drop a lot here. Samantha's Lifestyle Mantha is here right now. This creator's here for what I believe is the second time. Could be the third. Forgive me already for not being sure. Kristen Walton is in the house. That's my love. She was the one who brought the different baked goods through for quick cameo appearances there. We live together close to Niagara Falls in Ontario, Canada, but she's also here as a member and a moderator, so we'll get her channel up soon. Samantha's Lifestyle, somebody I'm still getting to know, like I said, brand new to the Tuber Chat family. They've got a premiere coming up the day before Halloween, so I've got my notification on for that. I'm just going to grab one of your affirmations videos here and put this in my catch-up list. That will give me something else to watch from you. This creator's got 334 subscribers right now. They come to us from Jamaica, a mother of two, and on their channel they want to share everything like health, things they've been through, and what it's like raising a set of teenager twins. So that will be interesting. They love to cook, and we'll hopefully have some cooking videos for us as well. We see a lot of the shorts that they've got on their channel, so hopefully eventually they'll get into streaming as well. Let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel coming up. Pardon me. Warmstrong Adventures is in the house. I'm going to get them onto the wheel right away. We always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. Odom's Homestead is coming up on the screen. And let's see what Odom's Homestead has got going on for us today. 331 subscribers, and they have got all three types of content. Yeah, shorts, videos, and live streams. This is another creator I'm still getting to know. Now, like I said, they happen to be a member. We put them on the wheel right away as soon as we saw them in the chat, but they're fairly new to Tuber Chat, just finding us a few weeks ago. So when we look at their channel, we see growing is their passion. And then they're building a half-acre homestead and sharing life lessons on the channel. What I find from a lot of creators in the homesteading community of channels, and I envelop in that category also almost anything outdoors, gardening, farming, ranching, fishing, cooking, camping, and things like that. There's a lot of similarities in some of the content, but one of the things I find about a lot of these creators is that it seems they have an instinctive nature to want to share resources and knowledge with each other. So hopefully everybody will enjoy connecting with them. I'm going to get the link right now for our raid. And that's about 15 minutes from now. We're going to go over to Crocheting with Leanne's channel. I'm going to join her for my first interview in a long time. I don't know what to expect exactly. Usually these turn into friendly discussions and we end up talking a bit of YouTube and things like that, but we'll see what happens when we get there. One thing I know for sure is that when we're over there, we'll be able to meet more friends and family members in exactly the same way that we're doing here in Superchat. So I hope everybody will come over. I will leave this live stream running right up until the moment that she goes live so that we can clean up our connections here, and then within a moment or two I'll be up on her channel and we'll get that interview rolling. I'm excited because the first one I've done in a long time. I've felt bad for a long time not being able to get on to a lot of panels and do interviews and things like that as I have before, but as my work weeks start to open up a little bit in the next several months, I hope to do a lot of these, so I'm happy that we're able to get together for that. I hope you'll join us. So in the meantime, I'm going to put as many channels on the screen in the next 15 minutes as I can. We're looking at Yaya's Best Life right now. Yaya's Best Life is approaching 1,100 subscribers. They're going to have it any time now. On this channel, we're going to find cooking, mukbangs, challenges, grocery hauls, and travel with this couple of creators. Now, I'm still getting to know them. Pardon me, but I'm just going to grab one of their latest Big Bold BLT Challenge videos, and I'm going to put this in my catch-up list. That will give me a chance to catch up with them, make sure I don't fall behind. And then that's actually just a popular video. So they've got a few thousand views on that, which is great. And then, like I said, that will help me get caught up a little bit with some more content, get to know the channel a little bit better. One of the things I like about putting channels on the screen here in Superchat is that over time, I get to know the channels over weeks and months by watching content. I get to know what the creators are doing on their channels. And then if you want to connect on the outside social networks, I love getting to know other creators in that way as well. Anybody can reach out anytime. I'm on Instagram all the time, Facebook most of the time, and Twitter some of the time as well. Rich Cat Ranch is coming up right now. We'll see what they've got going on their channel. They're getting close to 1,700 subscribers. They were previously featured on Superchat just a few months ago. And this is what I was talking about. At that time, it was just a coincidence, but on that day, Mind Forked, which is another member here in the chat, they went over to Rich Cat Ranch and had a look around and kind of collaborated with them, and they've got a video on their channel outlining that. So hopefully everybody will enjoy that. And then, VS Speaks Royally, I'm putting you to sleep. It's not the first time. Not the first time that's happened to anybody. Rich Cat Ranch is here with a incredibly long list of animals and other wildlife that is, and I say wildlife, but I don't know if that makes sense, on their channel. And you can see the list here, but they do a lot of different things on this. It's a ranching channel, but like I said, I envelop these together or categorize them together with a lot of homesteading and gardening channels. They live on 2 acres in South Lake, Texas, near Fort Worth, and they enjoy teaching people how to raise waterfowl for pets and eggs, along with sharing their life with their animals, their daily routines, tasty recipes, tidbits of wisdom, and they're incredibly supportive creators. They have been incredibly generous, loyal, and dedicated supporters for Superchat for a long time. I think they support on all of my channels, as a matter of fact. And then they're fully monetized. Lots of ways to support them when we get there, including Super Chats and memberships. And I'm going to take the latest Sunday Shorts video and put that in my catch-up list. I always wish I could catch them for one of these Friday night live streams. They stream every Friday. I happen to have such a tight schedule on Fridays, I can't even get on. Most of my Friday is driving, but I can barely get on YouTube for a moment most Fridays. But I'm hoping one of these days I'm going to catch one of their weekly live streams too. Warmstrong Adventures is coming up right now. They bring us travel videos more than anything else, and particularly when it comes to cruise ships. And I'm always drawn to anything like that. I was lucky enough to work on a cruise ship for a summer a long time ago. And, I always recommend cruises to anybody if it's within reach, because there's so much to do there. It's an exciting way to travel, right? But Warmstrong Adventures has given us a great look at this, so hopefully everybody will enjoy that. One of the things I described to a lot of people, now when I was working on a cruise ship, it was for a summer in 1996. Now that's a long time ago, right? I promise you I'm older than you think I am. But when I described the idea of cruises to people, things may have changed over the last many years. But Carnival was always known as a good party type of cruise line. So depending on the cruise line that you pick, regardless of the ships or the destinations, you will find different types of crowds of people enjoying those cruises. An obvious example would be if you go on a Disney cruise, you're going to experience a lot of family fun. Right? There's always something for everybody on every cruise, but the idea as well is Carnival was always known as a great party cruise. So I'm looking forward to more of what they've got to show us here. And then they've shown us a lot of different things as well. So hopefully everybody will enjoy that. Warmstrong Adventures has been incredibly supportive both here and in our copyright-free music channel. For anybody who hasn't already seen it, all the same music that you hear in the background of Tuber Chat is available as copyright-free music that you can use in your videos and live streams. And it's available on all major music platforms, and we have a virtual 24-hour live stream running on a separate YouTube channel over there where you can meet more friends and family members the same way we do here. And there's a video game going over there, and people come in and out all the time. So I'm just hitting the link again for Crocheting with Leanne. We're going to go over there in just under 10 minutes. And I will be joining her. Hopefully everybody can come over. You'll meet more friends and family members while we're over there. She always allows that. Kristen Welton just sent through a highlighted milestone message. That is my love. She was here bringing baked goods over. And she has a channel of her own. She took over the life of the Stream Boss position there. That's the video game life meter under my camera. Every Super Chat and membership, including the free highlighted milestone messages, knock life off of the Stream Boss, so she'll get some extra exposure for a while for that reason. When we look at Michael the Realist, this is a creator I'm still getting to know. They give you a little bit of a warning on a lot of their content about language, but that's okay. At least the warning's there, so you know what to get into. It's a lot of opinion over here. It's pure variety, and Michael the Realist can be talking about any number of different things. We see that they're into shorts, videos, and I forget if Michael's the Realist has done live streaming yet, or if that might be an idea for the future, but we'll see. 185 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards the 200 that they're thinking about. Michael the Realist has been making frequent appearances here in Tuber Chat, especially lately. Kristen Welton, actually I'm spinning the wheel, so her channel will come up right now. We'll see what she's got going on. Like I said, she's here as a member and a moderator, but she's got a channel of her own. She does her own thing. She's had some wild success with shorts, hitting over 20 and 30,000 views on those, but she also does unboxings and product reviews, mostly sponsored videos lately. She has done a lot of collaborating with other creators, including interviews, and she's got other lifestyle videos on her channel and a lot of live streaming. Hopefully everybody will enjoy connecting with her. One of the things you'll notice is presentation is always at the forefront of her mind. For a very long time now, she's been matching up those thumbnails with bright, bold headshots that make her recognizable, and then matching the color scheme to her banner and her avatar as well. She's fully monetized, lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. And then of course she's approaching 1,600 subscribers. I'm hoping we'll push her a little bit closer towards that milestone right now. And then again, this is my love. Kristen and I live together close to Niagara Falls in Ontario, Canada, and we've both been outside to show a little bit of the Niagara Falls area as well. Hopefully we'll do more of that soon enough also on her channel as well as mine. I Bring It Every Day is coming up right now. We'll see what they've got going on their channel. I'm racing through the last few channels here because we're going to go over to Crocheting with Leanne. We want to make sure we're on time over there. I'll drop the link again in another moment. I Bring It Every Day is somebody who was recently featured on Tuber Chat, and to be honest with you, is probably overdue for being featured because they've been an active member of the Tuber Chat family for a long time. But what I do when I feature channels like Crocheting with Leanne today is I'll go through a bunch of their content on the day or before or within a couple of days of featuring them, even though I already know the channels, to get to know a little bit more of what I might have already missed. I might go through 3 or 5 or 7, videos just to catch different things. And what I found from my Bring It Every Day is that they get involved in a lot of what I might call a knitting circle, but they get away together with other crochet people who do a lot of crocheting together. Forgive me, because I don't know if you call that a crochet circle or a group, or but they get together in real life, and they might stream or make a video while they're doing that. One of the things I found so compelling about this creator and their content is their sense of generosity. They talk about the idea of donating a lot of the things that they create, because they can really be helpful. Donating is not always about money, but about the other benefits that come along with that. The feeling of community that you might give somebody. If somebody was to crochet, let's say, a blanket and give that to somebody else, that blanket would have so much meaning for them on top of the obvious benefits. And then, as time goes on, of course, we have stories to be told about different things. Kristen Welton, for instance, carries cats around the house in different blankets, and those blankets become stories to be told about the different comfort that they've given either to us or the cats, or different things. So Facing Reality is up right now. I'm going to drop the link for Crocheting with Leanne again in a second here. Nezia and Bao, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. There's the link. Hopefully everybody will come over to Crocheting with Leanne. Like I said, I'm going to join them in a few minutes on their channel, and we're going to talk for what I don't know what to expect, to be honest with you. It could be anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour like she usually does. It could go a little bit longer. We'll see what everybody thinks about while we're over there, and what kind of contributions we get from the chat as well. If anybody hasn't already given a thumbs up for this live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to do it, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Right now we have Facing Reality up on the screen. This is a creator who brings positive messages in a fun way, not just in their own content, but everywhere they go, including here in Superchat. There's somebody who's not afraid to ask questions, not afraid to learn, share lessons learned along the way so that we can all benefit. Facing Reality has been somebody who's contributed to much conversation here in the Tuber Chat live streams over the last couple of years, and I appreciate it greatly. She comes to us from Jamaica and brings us a lot of variety on her channel. She often takes us into the classroom while she's teaching students. Otherwise, it's pure variety on this channel, but always positive. And like I said, she's always positive and encouraging everywhere she goes, including when I'm bouncing in between premieres and live streams for other creators as well. Let me spin the wheel just for fun, but we're going to get Johnny Jim up here right now and see what this creator's got going on. Thank you, everybody, for the time that you've spent today. I really do appreciate every moment everybody can be here. Even if you're just coming by quickly to give a thumbs up or hang out for a moment, or if you're taking a break from work, or if you are letting the stream run in the background. I know we've got creators that do that as well. Johnny Jim's got 58 subscribers right now. They bring fun into all of their content as well. Hopefully we can push them a little bit farther on their road to the first 100. I'm going to go over right now to Leanne's channel, Crocheting with Leanne. I've dropped a link and pinned it, and everybody's welcome to come over. You'll meet more friends and family members in the chat over there, and it'll give me a chance to have longer conversations with her than we can usually do here in Tuber Chat. It's the first interview I'm doing in a long time, so I'm excited, and hopefully everybody will join us for that. Tuber Chat will be back tomorrow morning at a regular time, and we'll be able to meet more friends and family members over there as well. So hopefully everybody will join us. I'll drop the link again in a moment. Thank you, everybody, for the time that you spent, and hopefully we'll see you over there. Bye-bye.